Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to be talking about that damn JJ Redick. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So yesterday, something happened that I was wondering would ever happen, which was all of sports media decided to hold JJ Redick accountable, right? They finally decided to hold JJ Redick accountable after the Lakers lost Game 4 to the Minnesota Timberwolves to go down to find themselves in a 1-3 deficit or 3-1 deficit, however you want to characterize it. And at the end of the game, we then found out that JJ Redick played all of his starters all 24 minutes in the second half. A move that came under heavy scrutiny. Now, here's what I find most surprising about all of this. When JJ Redick was first signed as a Lakers head coach, people were twerking it up all over the place. Oh, man, JJ is going to do an excellent job. JJ's this, JJ's that. There were even stories out there of some people say, I remember people inside the Lakers organization feel like they got themselves the next Pat Riley. The next Pat Riley. And for whatever reason, people just shied away from criticizing JJ Redick. They let him get away with things that no other coach would get away with. JJ Redick would be on the sideline slamming clipboards, losing his temper, throwing a tantrum. That's passion. Look how passionate he is. Look how passionate he is. And nobody stood up and said, bro, that dude looks like he's losing it over there. Oh, no. He's not losing it. It's passion. JJ's so passionate. There was even a video of him cursing the hell out of all over his players during the timeout. Oh my God, look at JJ Redick show his passion. Oh, he's so passionate. He's so smart. Oh my God, he's so smart. Oh, JJ, you're so smart. Look at your hairstyle. People were just losing their minds. But then finally, that debacle took place 2 days ago, and JJ Redick showed his coaching ineptitude in that game, and all of a sudden things changed. People started calling him out. And one of those people that called him out was Michael Wilbon. Now, if you know anything about Michael Wilbon, he's a godfather in sports media, but he's also known for giving very, very candid takes. You need to look no further than that sit down he did with Outkick, where he was talking about the sports media industry, Bronny and all of that stuff, and he did not hold back. He went the hell off in that article. So Michael Wilbon is known to be a straight shooter. So yesterday, there was an episode of PTI, and it was time for them to react to what the coaching decision that JJ Redick made, and Michael Wilbon didn't mince words again. For those of you who didn't hear what he had to say, take a listen to what Michael Wilbon had to say there, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show.
And Lakers coach JJ Redick made no substitutions, none, in the entire second half, sticking with a 5 that worked really well in the third quarter. Frank, do you understand why Redick did it this way?
Yeah, I understand it because you don't want to go down 3-1 in the series. But when you get outscored 32-19 in the fourth, 19-9 in the last 5 minutes, the questions are going to come up. How come you didn't use somebody off your bench? My only thing, Mike, there'd be a couple of things. Lebron blocks a shot. Dante DiVincenzo, with 97 seconds to go, leads to the Dorian Finney-Smith 3, which puts him ahead. Minnesota calls timeout. At that point, are you saying the Lakers look gassed? Which is what Anthony Edwards had said. They look gassed. Next possession, he blocks Naz Reid, but here's where things turned because LeBron settled for a 3. Maybe that was mental fatigue. He should have attacked the basket. Maybe they go ahead, and then that turnover that he had with 33 seconds to go after they had to call the timeout when it looked like Luka got tripped and to avoid the backcourt violation. So LeBron, I don't know, physically tired. I wouldn't say that. Mentally fatigued because him settling for the 3 I thought was big. And obviously the turnover. For a guy of his experience, his stature in the league, his intelligence, you can't make that play.
You know, Frank, I go back and forth a little bit on this because in real time watching that game yesterday, I understood that JJ Redick was taking a calculated risk.
Yeah.
He had to gamble. And coaches have to do that. It's a flawed roster. They don't have the kind of depth and they don't have exactly what they want after the trade. And we did not go into this postseason or certainly the time after the trade thinking, the Lakers have to win. They're going to win a championship this year. JJ Redick has to make some concessions. And I understand this. And look, I know, I bet you've heard this because you were around these guys, not as much as me, but quite a bit. Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan used to always say that during the postseason, when the timeouts are longer, they would convince their coaches, Pat Riley and Phil Jackson, no. I can rest on offense. Leave me in the game. We don't need to do this in the postseason. The Lakers get an extra day coming out of yesterday's game. They're going to be able to rest. Okay. So you play all those things in. And J.J. Redick's looking at this and thinking, okay, LeBron not only gave him a block shot, he gave him 2 steals.
Yeah.
LeBron was great defensively. I understand. By the way, on the other hand, Kendrick Perkins has sort of convinced me, wait a minute, because Perk says, hold on, look at LeBron's production first half where he's averaging nearly 17 points a game on 60% shooting, to second half where it's like 8 points a game on 36% shooting, and you go, oh, Perk's on to something there. And so that's what a gamble is. You have to give up something. You have to have some compromise. And Redick, ultimately, you can say he got burned, but I understand why he did it.
I mean, that's the thing. Jackson Hayes is struggling. You're going to put Gabe Vincent in. He was struggling. You're going with LeBron James. He's still making big defensive plays.
So you heard what he had to say there. Let me tell you why I like this. I like this because J.J. Redick is getting criticized justifiably. Do you know why? Because he's a rookie coach. Because he doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. Do you know the people that deserve a benefit of the doubt? The people that have something on their resume. Those are the people. Not the person that has nothing on his resume. That guy doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. I'm sorry, they don't. If they make a mistake, you call it out. It's called being a rookie head coach. Rookies, these guys, sophomore, they're the ones that make the most mistakes. You should be able to point it out. Especially when you did it for other coaches, like Darvin Ham and others. So I don't understand why J.J. Redick gets escaped through, number one. Number two, J.J. thought that he could coach him, talk his way into an NBA championship. Oh, look at Doc Rivers. All he does is make excuses. All he does is make... It sounds really easy on TV, don't it? It sounds really easy on TV. You feel so smart because you don't realize other people will have counters to what you're planning on doing in terms of strategy in an NBA game, right? Now, did J.J. Redick and the Lakers had a successful campaign? Yes, they did. They were the 3 seed. I didn't predict that. I thought they were going to be one of like a 5 or 6 seed. So they exceeded my expectations and the expectations of others. But they didn't hire J.J. Redick to be a top seed in the Western Conference. They hired him to take this team further than Darvin Ham took them. And if my memory serves me right, and it does, the first year Darvin Ham took over the Lakers team, they went to the Western Conference Finals. The second year, they got knocked out in the first round. And all we kept on hearing was, oh, man, if the Lakers, if they didn't play the Nuggets, if they just find a way to avoid the Nuggets, they'll be okay. They can beat everybody else. It's just the Nuggets. It's just the Nuggets. Well, this ain't the Nuggets, folks. This ain't the Nuggets. These are the Minnesota Timberwolves. So if they lose to them, what's the next excuse? Oh, well, anybody else but the Wolves, man. Anybody. And then when they lose to every single team in the Western Conference, oh, man, it's just the Western Conference. If they were in the Eastern Conference, they'd be like, no. It's about time they hold his feet to the fire and let him go through the same process everybody else goes through. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Catch you on the next show. Peace.